On this episode of John Marucci on the Road, we'll review and test the Oxygenics Fury RV Showerhead. One of the things you'll find out quickly when RVing without full hookups is that you need to conserve water or you'll end up filling up your gray wastewater tank too quickly. The Oxygenics Fury can be a big help in this regard. Hey everybody, this is John Marucci. I made the jump to traveling with my RV back in 2016 and have never looked back. I've had my share of problems along the way, and this channel attempts to be what I wish I had when I started out. So let's go ahead and jump in. There are two sources in an RV that use the most water. The first is washing dishes, and the second is showering. If you only have a 30-gallon gray water tank, this can fill up quickly with dish and shower water if you don't adjust your habits. For showering, one way to reduce water consumption is by getting a shower head that reduces water flow but keeps water pressure. So let's look at a water usage test between a stock RV shower head, the Oxygenics Single Select shower head, and the Oxygenics Fury shower head. Here are a few things we did to make the water usage test as fair as possible. First, we used a city water source at the same campsite for all tests. The city water line has a water pressure regulator and a Camco water filter on the water intake line, which restricts water pressure to about 50 psi. We used the indoor shower outlet with both hot and cold faucets turned on full when testing. We designed these tests to see how long each shower head takes to expend 1 gallon of water. To do this, we first filled a dish tub with a gallon of water, then used painter's tape to mark this gallon level. Next, we tested the stock RV shower head and turned both the hot and cold faucets to full to see how quickly it would hit the gallon mark. As a baseline test, it took 1 minute and 2 seconds to output 1 gallon of water for the stock RV shower head, or a hair under 1 gallon per minute. The next test was to use the Oxygenics Single Select shower head. This shower head, which is a common model many RVers use to limit water usage, took 1 minute and 22 seconds to hit the 1 gallon mark, or approximately 0.73 gallons per minute. These are the baseline tests to weigh the multi-spray Oxygenics Fury model against. Since the Oxygenics Fury shower head has 5 shower pattern settings and a water flow control, we did a series of water flow tests, one for each setting at full water flow, and one test for each setting at half water flow. This way we would know exactly how much water was being used at each setting and what the effects would be of controlling the water flow with the control lever. Here are the results. Pattern 1 on the Fury model is a wide pattern. It took 1 minute and 8 seconds to expend 1 gallon of water at full water flow. This was slightly slower than the stock RV shower head, but considerably quicker than the Oxygenics Single Select model. We were a bit surprised at the flow rate of 0.88 gallons per minute, that it wasn't at least as good as the traditional Oxygenics Single Select model of 0.73 gallons per minute. Remember, lower gallons per minute is better in terms of saving water. The Pattern 2 test used the wide pattern from the last test with the inner holes enabled. This fuller flow used water slightly quicker and filled the gallon at 1 minute and 5 seconds, or 0.92 gallons per minute. This would be expected as more of the shower head holes are being used. The Pattern 3 test used only the inner holes of the shower head. This actually had quite a bit of force and resulted in a slightly higher flow rate than the previous test. The gallon was filled in only 1 minute and 3 seconds, or at a 0.95 gallons per minute rate. This was a bit unexpected as fewer holes were being employed. Pattern 4 is a setting on the shower head that mimics the traditional Oxygenics Single Select model, only pushing water out from the center of the shower head. This setting had the best result for the Fury with a time of 1 minute and 9 seconds to fill the gallon, or a 0.87 gallon per minute rate. Better than the other settings, but still far short of the traditional Oxygenics model. Finally, Pattern 5 is a pulsating setting. This setting, when tested, came in just under 1 minute and 8 seconds to fill the gallon, or a 0.88 gallons per minute rate. Once again, the test showed that the Oxygenics Fury model with flow set to full landed slightly better than the stock RV showerhead, yet significantly worse versus the Oxygenics single select model. If the Fury model only worked with the full water flow, it would be an obvious choice to go with the traditional Oxygenics model when shopping for a showerhead to save water consumption. However, the Fury model allows the adjustment of the water flow using the handle lever on the back of the showerhead. And as we discovered, this is a game changer in terms of controlling water usage. Here are the same test results using the Fury model at half flow. Pattern 1, to fill a gallon, 1 minute and 48 seconds, or 0.56 gallons per minute. Pattern 2, 1 minute and 32 seconds, or 0.65 gallons per minute. Pattern 3, 2 minutes and 41 seconds, or 0.37 gallons per minute. Pattern 4, 2 minutes and 9 seconds, or 0.46 gallons per minute. Pattern 5, 1 minute and 26 seconds, or 0.7 gallons per minute. What becomes apparent quickly when reviewing the partial flow tests is that much water can be saved or longer showers can be taken for the same amount of water when manually adjusting the water flow on the showerhead. The benefit of this versus simply adjusting the faucet to allow less water is that of consistency. With the showerhead set at half flow, you can know what you're using each time. When boondocking or at a campsite without sewer hookups, being able to take a longer shower is a luxury. This is where the Fury model shines, in that you can choose a shower pattern and regulate the water flow to elongate your shower. As you can see, this is a game changer for your RV trips when you want to stay away from the dump station and stretch the use of your gray wastewater tank. Another very important benefit is the use of the Fury model when you are camping with full hookups. If so, you can then take advantage of the full water flow, whereas if you go with the traditional Oxygenics model, you are stuck with a restricted amount of water flow. In this way, the Fury model is much more versatile for any campsite setting as long as you understand how it works best for each situation. Either Oxygenics model is an excellent choice to upgrade from the traditional RV showerhead. If you do plan to install the new showerhead, you may want to also install the included wall mount holder that comes with the showerhead. This will add stability to the unit. Here are a few things to consider when installing the wall mount holder. It is helpful to have a small drill to complete the job. First, drill pilot holes for the wall mount holder where you want the shower head to hang. Make sure the wall mount holder is not placed too high. The shower head needs to be able to be inserted and removed freely from the wall mount holder. Next, attach the first half of the wall mount holder to the wall. We used the included double-sided tape and the provided screws to attach the wall mount holder. Next, screw the second part of the wall mount holder to the part attached to the wall. Next, remove the old shower hose and attach the new shower hose. When doing this, put plumber's tape on the faucet outlet before attaching the new hose. Next, attach the shower head to the new hose and it should be all set. One last tip, we did raise the height of the shower head in the RV, which meant changing the placement of the wall mount holder. We filled the existing screw holes with white, waterproof silicone caulk. Okay, that should do it on the Oxygenics Fury showerhead. I think this showerhead is a great choice for those who plan to use their RV at a full range of campsites, from full hookups to boondocking. The versatility of being able to restrict water flow when desired and to allow full water flow make it a great choice for multiple use cases. If interested, we have the Oxygenics models on our Amazon storefront. Before you exit, let me know if you use a non-stock showerhead in your RV that restricts water flow. And if so, which one, and if you like it. Remember, if you want to dive deeper, we put more content on johnmarucci.com. You can also follow me on Facebook at John Marucci on the Road. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. This is John Marucci, and so long for now.